Oh, that's one of the. It's a rifle. Yeah. So, everybody, can y'all see me? I don't know if y'all can see me. I don't have the thing pulled up. Just a beat everybody else in here. Chipper, Killdeer, and LS. So that's that would be Just Aid for the gold star, Chipper for the silver, Killdeer for the bronze, and LS gets to be the sheriff. I'll just give everybody a gold star today. How's that? Ouch. Thank you, Sam. AJ, and D-Day, and Sam Dyer, the new subscriber, and Robert and Cindy Moore. C103. Slappy Mac Spank Me. I love that name. Grouchy dude. Where's your wrench at? Bitty boo. Grouchy, I asked you in the chat a while ago, but then it started moving super fast. Are you at your work? And as far as I know, I actually don't know anything about the 12th. So. Second. I'll have to get with Robert. Hey, Bitty Boo. You would think that would be it, Jay, but um, cocky and stuff, all they're doing is showing their butt because they forgot that some old guy taught them how to do it. That's why it's so important that what do you call it? Why does it show my camera being off? Weapon. Anyway, there needed to be a lot more respect paid to elders. And that's not coming from the 50-something-year-old Wes either. That's coming from the guy in his 20s that figured out that, hey, everything you know is from some old dude. But here's what's left of my uninvited. But it's running real big, one about 38 inches. Huge. Why am I lagging so much? D-Day. What else have I missed already? Did I say I killed her? E Savage. Trey. I didn't clean it. I didn't. I was actually in my wife's car when I spotted it, and I didn't want to put it in. It died a violent death, and when a rattlesnake dies a violent death, they crap themselves, and it stinks. So yeah, I didn't want to put it in the car. I didn't want it getting away, so I did a preemptive strike against it before I got out and killed it with the rock. I think it's my PC throwing the tantrum this time. If I get too much going on, it'll slow it down, and I think it may be running some updates in the background. So. Yeah, we'll work on the stance and everything. Yeah. I mean, guys, that's the first time my wife has ever shot a 9mm handgun. It's well, have you ever shot a semi-automatic before at all?
Pistol, no.
I mean, that's the first time she's ever shot a semi-automatic handgun. Period. I don't. Have you ever shot a shotgun? You shot that little 410 once. You didn't like it. She slaughtered the target. She did, because I shot after she did, and I didn't show y'all my pattern. I just wasn't gonna do it. She put hers in a saucer, and I put mine in a dinner plate. We'll just leave it at that. So. We just videoed the first little bit of it. Then after that, we shot it some more. We moved. We ended up with it at least 35 paces out, and she was putting little holes all in the middle of that box. So she has a knack for it. I don't know where she got the ability to shoot as well as she did, but she just has this like knack for shooting stuff. You know, I should probably check and see what that ammo is over there. I bought that 6 months ago. Set it on that my end table and forgot all about it. I think that's it's 7.62 by 39. Not 100%. What I miss? What I miss? What I miss? Hello, hillbilly. And yes, she wears a mask because, well, it's her world and she wants to. Yes, old eyes. Old eyes and a need for update on my prescription. Um, it'll be what do you call it? From now till I kick off, I'll have to go in and get new glasses. It's just some of us kids got it from mom, some of us didn't. My second oldest brother is like he can't see his toes, and my oldest brother, he wears readers. That's it. And my sister has a slight stigmatism, and then my little sister doesn't wear glasses at all. She had LASIK, I think. What did Chipper do now?
He said he shot off his mouth.
Oh, well, that'll hurt. Savage, if you and Mrs. S are the same person, y'all got some explaining to do.
Guy.
Oh, guns? See, I was beginning to wonder about that myself. West Wan. Yeah, it didn't really occur to me until you just said that in the chat, Chipper. She is petite, isn't she? She's a little bitty. Weapon. Now everybody freak out about, I lost video. You didn't lose video. It's going to start fiddling with stuff again. My wife only rolls her eyes when I tell her she's pretty. Well, not all the time, but sometimes. If I do something that ordinarily a woman would roll her eyes for, she looks at me like, well, ouch. Hello. Hey, Rachel. Who am I missing? Sheena.
I didn't realize she was that kind.
She's short.
He said she's 5'8".
Hey, great Scott, I didn't see you sneak in there either. And I apologize if I don't see y'all pop in and say hi to you right away. Phil, John, I answered or popped off your comment, but I didn't say hi to you a while ago. Sheena. I'm just going to say Sheena.
Yeah.
I think that Tina, I miss Tina too, I guess.
Rachel?
I said hi to Rachel. Hey, Rachel, how's that baby doing? Did you name it after me? You didn't name it after me, did you? Oh, that's right. You said you didn't name it after me. And the check's in the mail. It was a lot of work coaching you through that, I'm just saying. I was going to have to, because it was like very traumatic on me. I didn't miss nothing. We don't really do nothing in here about nothing important. Some of the people in here are really hardcore SOS fans. I mean, they go into labor and just like, keep on in the chat while they're having the baby. They type in stuff like, "Hold on, the doctor said I need to push now." Stuff like that.
You'll get your
Monopoly money soon. That'll work. It don't have to be crisp bills, Rachel. It can have baby spit on it. That's fine. Well, since he was half grown when he come out, how big is he now? Thank you, DJ. Westwind, I'm not sure there's any way to get electronics out of the water after they get in there. Wah, wah, wah. I hate electronics. Wait, what's Maddie Sue weigh now? I asked the other day, but I forgot.
Oh, she got some chunky legs.
She fat. I don't plan on quitting my day job. Trust me. I think she was gritting her teeth through it until she got to the point where she didn't have any choice. And I feel really bad for all you other guys out there. When Clint Eastwood over there went into labor, you didn't know it. I mean, it was uncomfortable. She never cussed me out. She never yelled at me. She never hit me. She was calm all the way through it, the whole 9 yards. And I'm just like, okay, are you sure you're having a baby? Probably. Grazie do call Westwind, hon. Y'all want to y'all want to tell the rest of us what's going on? I'm just saying. I'm just asking. Just curious. Just curious, guys. So was my ex. My ex broke my hand. All right, just see you back in a bit.
Always threatening to call my mommy on me. You don't go to the hospital. I'm calling your mama.
You freaking having contractions and you weren't going to the hospital. The doctor almost missed our second child.
Oh, coffee should have hurried up. I gave him 30 minutes.
You gave the doctor 30 minutes to get to the hospital, get his hands washed, get his gloves on, and get in there. He asked for 2 more minutes. That's all he asked for was 2 more minutes. And you wouldn't give it to him. The nurse literally had to...
I done waited 9 months. I was through waiting.
The nurse... Okay, I got to turn the... All right, here we go. This big visual story. She brought it up. So let's do it like this. Childbirth. The story of the S family. We wasn't supposed to be able to have children. Praise God. We got children. First one. She's like, she was sitting over there, she would squirm. And she would acting, man, my stomach doesn't feel right. I'm like, are you having contractions? She goes, I don't think so. Oh no, wait. That was the second one. No. First one, the boy was late. Or early. There was a mess up anyway. She was having horrible back contractions the entire time. She never let on that she was upset or angry or anything. She had the baby. Worst possible scenario, they kept the baby and made her go home because he went jaundice or whatever. But there was no reason to keep her. So that was a little dangerous, dragging my wife out of the hospital, taking her home, and then telling her that there was no need to leave at 5 o'clock in the morning to go back to the hospital. Wasn't going to do this any good, but anyway. That one put aside. Number 2 comes along. Surprise. That's the one she's like, no, the stomach doesn't feel right. Okay, well, I think we were going to go get breakfast or something. Or something.
I had a doctor's appointment later in the day.
Yeah, you had a doctor's appointment. We were going to go somewhere. We were going to go eat. You go to the doctor. But she kept like squirming and stuff. And it's like, it just something doesn't feel right. I'm like, fine, forget it. We're just going to go to the doctor. So it was only 27 miles. Drove the 27 miles to the doctor. And get in there, and the lady's like, you're early. And I said, well, I don't know. I think I might want to see her because I think she's having the baby. She doesn't think she is, but I think she's having the baby. And they get her in there and they're checking it. Oh, goodness, you're dilated. Well, you're already to like a 4 or something, 4 or 5, something like that. I was
already to a 4, and they said, oh, it'll still be a couple hours.
A couple of hours, yeah. And
like 26 minutes later.
And the baby was born 26 minutes later. But while she's like, they got her comfortable on the bed where the baby was going to be born. Got everything laid out for the doctor to come in. And she's like, she told the nurse, she said, you might want to check because I don't think it's going to be a couple more hours. And the nurse got down there and looked, and she's like, I'll be right back. She said, whatever you do, don't push. And she tore out of the room. And the doc is down the hallway. I mean, like, what is it? 3 people showed up to have babies at the same time. Everybody like went into labor. Boom, let's all have a baby exactly 11 o'clock or whatever it was. Anyway, he was down there waiting for time for this one to come out because he thought he had 2 hours down the hall. Anyway, he's got to come running back down the hall, comes in there, looks, and literally the nurse is holding the gloves out there. He puts them on real quick, puts his hand down there. The nurse grabs his tie and moves his tie up out of the way, and here comes Sean. And somebody confesses later that when the nurse said, whatever you do, don't push, she felt the urge to push, and she was done waiting. She figured I was standing there. If nothing else, I would catch the baby. So, yeah, that's the missus. And Yeah. Kirsten was like, it was easy on her. Yeah, that time too, wasn't it?
Well, yeah, now when I got off work at 3 o'clock and then went to the hospital at 7 to have her.
Yeah. But you were actually in labor for a while though. You knew you were in labor that time, and she stayed at work while she was having labor pains, and then she got off work, went to the hospital, and she had the baby, and then we brought the baby home, and then we can't get rid of her. It's okay. And that's how we wound up with children's. It's a lot easier to get a puppy. You just go like get one. It's easy. You have to like cook them, and then you have to like pay a guy to pull them out or whatever. And people, men, if you have not had children and you want to be in there and you want to be a party to what is going on, which is a good thing, okay? It's a good thing. But it's one of the coolest things ever. After the baby comes out, dude, it's not over. Do not allow your attraction to movement, your instinctive desire to see what just moved. Do not allow that to take control of you, because the doctor's hand will be moving and you will look down there to see what he's doing. And about that time, this white purpley mass of stuff with a rope tied to it will come out of the woman you love. And you see it. That apparently has to come out too. I didn't, heads up. So yeah. Yuck. It didn't scar me that long. But I was just like, okay, I didn't need to see that. And ain't nobody busting on anybody for wanting an epidural or side block, because sometimes it can be painful. There's times when, it can, didn't they gave you a little something for the pain? Not even with Leland?
No.
Oh, that's right. The doc was pissed at you about something.
They just induced me on Leland.
They gave you a shot to make it worse.
Chipper.
Yeah, Chipper. They don't tell you all this stuff when you're at the store buying the wife. You got to research this.
Oh, no, Savage. That's just not good.
Yeah, that would have done it for me. There'd have been clean up on all 6. Yeah. What was I say? I missed an LOL thing. Hold on. I don't want to miss LOLs. What do I miss? Yeah. There are people out there that deliver. They got scissors, okay? These people are chewing those things. Sorry, but that's a little bothersome. Not exactly. There, Jake. Calves are calves got handles that come out first. The squishy important part comes out first on humans. So they're not going to call it a design flaw. Just a bit of interesting engineering on that. Out a baby, then you think everybody thinks, oh, you have a baby, boo, boo, boo. It's maybe just what anyway, there's a link if you go to my channel. That's the Patreon. You click on it, it'll take you to my channel. Wow, that's a big kid. Yeah, my second son was a C-section. First one was natural. Second one was C-section. Ow.
I'm glad I didn't have to have a C-section.
Yeah. The third one should have been a C-section. The mother refused. Baby didn't make it. Well, he made it 16 days. And then the rest of them were all natural. If they'd have known how to do a C-section back in the 19th century, there would have been a lot less dead babies and a lot less dead women. And that's just a fact.
A lot of women died back in the day.
Back in the day, I mean, there was nothing for women to die in childbirth. I mean, it was like that's why they started doing. Now I can't even remember what it's called when they do the scissors. What's it called? Episiotomy.
Yeah.
That's why they started doing the episiotomy, so the tear would go in the right place. That way, they had control over where the tear was, how big the tear was.
Has a heart rate. Salmon
What's the size of the packaging? Maybe a typo or something. So salmon's that much higher?
We bought packages of salmon.
Where you going? Oh, I thought you were going to get coffee. I'm sorry.
Well,
Oh, that's in the United States, Canada, and Europe, and Russia. We've come a long ways. Women and children die in childbirth and before their first year all over other parts of the world. There's still cultures out there that consider their children visitors up until the time they're 2. They have, the baby doesn't even get a name until it's made it a while. And that's, thank you. There's not a bad thing. That's just the way it is. We just, as a society, we judge the world on what's going on in our immediate civilization. See, North America, the civilization in North America is different than the civilization in South America in most countries. There's civilization in South America, but they're not as advanced. They don't have as much stuff going on. Medically or whatever. There's a lot of babies that don't get reported or whatever. Miscarriages and stuff like that. It still happens a lot. Yeah. SIDS is sudden. Sudden infant death syndrome. Seriously, the baby just decides to stop breathing. They just quit. All right. Good night, Slappy. Anyway, Grouchy, my phone's way over there in case you're texting me and stuff and wondering why I'm not responding. Yeah, someday off. Yeah. Well, yeah. We almost lost a baby to it. Yeah, it makes you wonder what they'd accomplished before the flood. I know that. Night Prepper. Prepper Madness. And FYI, in case anybody hasn't yet or whatever, Prepper Madness over there, he does some pretty good foraging videos and stuff. He's kind of funny too. So, man. Hello, Daniel Horn. Oh, yeah. He's left. Always married to a copper-headed girl with a temper. That's like the same thing, right? Wah, 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 wah. You found your dog? Cool. Yeah, there's a in some of the fjords. Hey, that's a big word. That's a fancy foreign word. They found uh funny looking islands on the shore or whatever, and they realized that they're uh the people had stacked rocks on the shoreline to make these huts or whatever out on the edge of, or on the shoreline of the fjords and stuff. I don't think that's what happened. I think thank you, Drager. Appreciate you. Merry Christmas. And boom. I think the water kept coming up. They moved their hut, threw down some more rocks, put the hut back in because they made their living fishing the fjord. And rather than, just leave, they just kept, as the water came up, they just added more rocks. So they wound up, they figured, hey, we're going to be out in the water, so it'll be better and stuff. And they got to where it was coming up so fast that it wasn't worth. And probably with the change in salinity and the availability of water, more waters and stuff, it wasn't as feasible to stay there and do all the work it took to keep the houses built up above the level of the top of the lake. So they just walked off, leaving all these little keyhole-shaped islands along the shore of the fjords.
That giants are true and didn't hit me from us. I know of an area where one is buried. They're not telling anyone. Under out, they ain't coming back.
Where's that at? I'll go get it.
Which else?
Never giants. That's what they say those mounds are in Ohio or something like that. That they're burial mounds for giants. I don't know. I'm not gonna go dig one up because the landowner will probably shoot me. Yeah. Good night, Bitty Boo. That's something that's always bugged me is why there's pyramids everywhere. Because pyramids really don't make that much sense. I mean, that's a stupid way to build something. Honestly, think about it. I mean, why? But they're everywhere. So why? And Savage, that thing with them caves in the Grand Canyon, that's been going a while. There's actually been a guy, I know he's dead now, so y'all can say I'm talking about my butt. He tried it, and he was escorted away. So, don't know what's up there. I think there's a lot of stuff that would prove the infallible word and explain a lot of the infallible word if it was made public, and they don't want it to be made public. It's that simple. Yeah. And not and it would be different if it was a practical structure, but why stack all of those rocks just to have a really high place to build a little tiny house or a little tiny temple? Why? Don't make no sense. I ain't gonna go poking around no undiscovered cave anyway. That didn't work out too good for those old boys over there in Afghanistan. That redheaded boy come out there and messed them up pretty bad. Hey Donna, yeah, that's one of the theories. Uh, the Mayans used them for cutting people's hearts out. So I don't know about all that. The Mayans and the Aztecs were pretty messed up people, honestly. That would be funny if those were just like the base where they put the rest of the tower from or whatever. But that's supposedly not what the tower was built out of, so I don't know. Would anyone be interested in? I used to make them as a hobby or whatever. I'm thinking about getting back into them because I like doing that kind of stuff. I'm thinking about making tomahawks. I'm gonna make tomahawks. I'm just gonna do it. Just stop asking everybody's opinion on everything. Start running my own life. And and if they do have something to do with energy and healing and stuff like that, I'm just gonna stay away from them because I don't know. I think that might fall under witchcraft, and I don't want to mess with that. Oh, running my own life? Oh, yeah. Do that. And she knows how to load, cock, shoot her new gun now, so depression has become more intense. Yep, that'll be it. We won't have to wonder anymore. I love that song, Farther Along. Farther Along will know all about it. Farther Along will understand why. And that's just the way it is. It is the way of things. .500 BC was still the Bronze Age, though, wasn't it? Which I guess they could have bronze helmets. Huh. Yeah. Okay, D-Day, I'm the one that's supposed to make the X jokes. That was pretty good, though, actually. All right, Savage, hug the baby. Give it a kiss. Steve, we try not to bring up races in here. It doesn't matter whether they're old Mexicans or young Mexicans. I don't guess, really. What's an Olmec? And just FYI, I do not buy the every 5,000 year civilization reset thing. There is inferences in the Bible that in the time of Noah, it wouldn't have been that hard to build a ship that big, because they had more advanced technologies than we believe them to have had. Okay, because you can make inferences about it biblically, but I don't go there because it doesn't matter to my faith. I don't need to know the truth about the world. I don't need to know the truth about the history. I just don't. It's cool, and I don't mind digging around in it, but I've got way better things to concern myself with, like, do I have anything to eat today? Do I have anything to eat tomorrow? Am I enjoying throwing 8 to 10 birds away every few days? No. Okay. Ain't they the ones that built that funny little Sphinx looking thing out in the middle of the daggum ocean and nobody knows why they built it? That just happens to be facing the right direction to see something. Oh, odd enough, I believe the Sphinx faces directly across the Pacific Ocean to another site that the Mayans had, or whoever. And if you continue, here's where supposedly in 2012, if you continue that line from there to the whatever at whatever time of day, I can't remember what it was. It was a YouTube video. I watched a long time ago. It pointed straight to the center of our galaxy. Really cool coincidence, I think. But there's not much left of the Sphinx, but you can tell it's a Sphinx kind of deal. It's just cool. Yes. Okay, just eight. Are you agreeing or disagreeing? I said so much that I don't know whether you're agreeing or disagreeing. Go 720. There you go, 720. That's because you're nosy, Westman. Oh, the Sphinx. Okay, yeah. There's coincidentally, there's too many things about cultures across the globe that should have had no contact with each other that are similar. But then you get the inference in the Genesis about the Babel, where everybody actually started from the same place and then spread out. Doesn't say anything about God wiped their memory. It just ended their ability to communicate with each other. And is it that a language develops around a culture, or is the culture reminiscent of the language that the peoples were given? Because I think that a language can develop around a culture. All the different ways people accents, all the different accents they have in the US, Canada, Europe, Great Britain. I can understand Justate when he speaks. I mean, I know what he's saying. It's not hard. Other guys from over there that talk, I don't have a clue what they're talking about. They're talking English, but the accent and some of the terms and stuff are so weird. I don't know what they're talking about. There are guys in the United States that are speaking English, but I don't know what they're saying. And same with Spanish. I've got friends that can speak Spanish, but they can't understand people that come across the border because, well, they're speaking a different Spanish. They've got serious accents, if you will. They talk funny. Thank you. So, as a culture changes, a language is going to change. When a new culture comes up, it's going to acquire its own language. So, I mean, like, throw it off. y'all have probably heard it because of the way, social media and TV and stuff like that. But throwed off is from our part of Texas. And if you don't know what throwed off is, you just don't know what throwed off is. And if someone says, hey, man, what are you throwed off? You're not going to know what they're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
So, heard somebody say something the other day, said somebody must have been pinched. And I was like, what? What's pinched mean? And I thought they meant like robbed or something, or, they'd been robbed, or they'd been stolen or something like that. And it was no, they were saying that they were pinched was thrown off to them. So yeah, you've got to be really careful anymore when you're speaking and communicating over social media because of the fact that the meaning of words and the use of words and the pronunciation of words have changed, and the rules change in language all the time. And the right thing, and there you go, Frank, you were thrown off a horse. And that's just not the right way to ride a horse. So if you're thrown off, you're not doing things exactly right. You're not operating on all your cylinders. You might have a gear missing. It's not so much that you're slow, it's just that your thinking process might be broken. You're a little thrown off. You just ain't right. Google says, oh, yeah, sure it does. Anybody that watches this on replay out there with the closed captions on is going to find out that Google does not like the way I talk. Now, if I look directly at the camera, speak slowly and crisply like this, most of the time it can formulate my words. But when I guess it's like lip reading or something, because when I had the big mustache and the beard and stuff, it would say all kinds of stuff that I was not saying. The end. And thank you for reminding me. I have not been going in and turning the closed caption off. Some of that stuff is just like, why would I say that? It occurred to me that I needed to do something because the missus would be sitting over there busting out laughing, and I thought she was watching somebody else's funny cat videos. No, she is reading the closed captions on her husband's videos. And it was like hurtful. Been looking all over for that pocket knife. What are we doing? What are we talking about now?
Knowledge is power. Take the knowledge away, you lose power.
That's it. That's why they're not teaching cursive anymore. That's why they're doing. This new math stuff, people. Whatever. I guess as long as a kid can figure it out. That's easy for you to say. People need to go back and watch some of my early videos when I tell y'all people, if y'all can't understand what I say, just deal with it because I got a speech impediment. That's just the way it is. I had to learn to talk slow, and I had to learn to talk without forming certain vowels and consonants together to prevent me from getting hung up on a word. Because it's embarrassing and it's annoying. I developed a defense mechanism for it because, you know, if I talk slow and soft, I don't have a problem with it. But if I have to raise my voice, and, you know, if somebody says huh too many times or whatever, like once now because it's so annoying. But I'll switch into another way of speaking, and I lose friends really fast when I do it. I don't stammer when I'm angry. So if I allow myself to talk as if I'm angry, my voice I project my voice. I don't stammer. People understand what I'm saying, but they think I'm mad at them, and I'm not. I'm just, you said, huh? I'm making sure you hear me this time. There you go. Some secret about Wes you needed to know. If I sound like I'm being mean to you, I'm not. I just want you to hear what I'm saying because what I'm saying is really important. And there you go. The actual for the really reals mean talking to you like you're a stupid pile of worm poo is completely different than the other voice that people think I'm mad at. When I'm mad at you, you will know I'm mad at you. You won't think that I'm mad at you. You will be positive. You will know that you know that you know that I'm mad at you. Common Core stuff is stupid. Sorry, Chipper. It was an accident. See, now I'm doing the thing where I get way into the chat and stuff and just sit here and stare at it. Ow!
As explaining
Explaining 19 times is excessive. Trust me. Dude, you've been there, haven't you? You're like, take the rock, pick it up, walk to the wheelbarrow, put it in the rock. When half of this pile is in the wheelbarrow, grab the handles of the wheelbarrow, walk to that big hole over there about 50 yards away, dump the rocks into the wheelbarrow, come back, get the other half of the pile. It's simple. And they always, you want me to put these you want me to get these rocks and put them in the wheelbarrow and take them over there? No, that's not what I said. Because I don't want you getting hurt. I don't want you turning a wheelbarrow. And I don't want you putting ruts on the lady's grass, okay? I want you to put half the rocks in here. See, now I'm mad. I want you to put half the rocks from this pile in the wheelbarrow so it won't be too heavy. And I want you to push it over there. I want you to dump them in the hole. And I want you to come back. I want you to get the rest of the rocks, put them in the wheelbarrow, and take them over there. Specifically that way. For reasons. I don't pay you to think. I pay you to do. If I was paying you to think, you would be making more money because you would be expected to think.
Whatever, Chipper.
What you say? Yeah, exactly. I mean, well, that's never going to work, Chipper. My wife was wrong once. She was thinking about not marrying me, but then she realized that would be the wrong choice. Right, honey?
Yeah.
Or something like that. Anybody else got a coffee headache? I do. Trying this different kind of coffee. It's like really intense. It's not as good as that Black Rifle stuff, but it's nearly as strong. Yeah, there's that. And I think there's something going wrong with my deal because here lately, if I stay up drinking coffee too long or whatever, I get a temple headache. It's and it could be just from trying to read the chat or whatever. I get a pressure headache back here. I recognize it as, it's usually the headache I get if I don't, if I try to run through the day without the caffeine, if I don't start my day with coffee. By 10 o'clock, I'm going, oh, I got a headache. Are there any children in the room?
Chipper's in here.
Chipper, Mrs. says you got to plug your ears if you want to hear the story. Yeah, I heard lies like that too, LS. I don't pay attention to blasphemy, though. It's the old Glenn. You're probably right. I need new glasses. Okay. No, seriously, this is a disgusting story. If y'all don't want me to tell it, y'all need to tell me right now. But this is something I've been trying to figure out how to do a video on because it's something that needs to be said. But yeah, when I went on that trip to San Antonio, I drank plenty of water. I was able to keep hydrated. I ate plenty of fiber. Trust me, I was eating bushes. Okay, there was fiber. I have eaten all the stuff that I was eating, so my diet didn't change that much. The only thing that disappeared was I was not drinking much coffee at all. I did not have the time to sit there and have 2 or 3 cups of coffee before I got started in the day. Fire up the coffee pot or boil some hot water and dump some instant in a cup and drank half a cup of coffee and then hit the day. I was running on no coffee. Okay. And I was able to have my constitutionals, if you will. And it may have had something to do with the chiggers. I'm not 100% sure. But I had something come up on me that has never given me trouble before. And it got the size of a golf ball. And then it ruptured. And I bled for 3 weeks. So, to all of us who are saying, yeah, I had a little tiny hemorrhoid turn into a golf ball and then explode on me when I was in San Antonio. Well, immediately after San Antonio. Everything's okay. I didn't die. If you didn't figure that out. I have pictures. I'm not going to put them on Instagram. Sorry. They're personal. But a thing as simple as not having your regular coffee in SHTF is going to kill you. So whatever it is you are addicted to today, you need to wean yourself off of it. I don't think it'll be absence of coffee because we hoard coffee. So, I mean, we prep coffee. There you go. We've got enough to make 2 cups of coffee in there, in the event that everything goes bad. But what's going to get me is when I smoke the last one of these. If you've never smoked and then gone cold turkey, you literally lose the ability to think right around day 3. Day 4 and 5, you can actually, there's physical changes in your body. There can be heart palpitations and everything else. It's going cold turkey is actually something you shouldn't do unless you're talking to your doctor. Just FYI. All that being said, I strongly suggest that, those of us that drink too much coffee, those of us that smoke, those of us that drink sodas, those of us that, whatever it is, I don't know, what's something else people do every day, all day long that they shouldn't. Candy, salty, snacks. We need to get back to a more paleo diet, period. And we need to quit doing all the things that are horribly unhealthy for us. We need to eat some of the more natural foods out there where you need to get your body accustomed to eating what you plan on eating during this. How many people who has watched the TV show Survivor? How many of those people get sent home because switching from their normal diet to a water, beans, rice, and fish diet end their ability to go to the bathroom? I can think of 3 of them. One of them had to have surgery. That where they had the guys hiking out of Guatemala or wherever it was, South America. There was the one where they hiked out of Alaska, and they had to hike out of South America. That guy had to call calf rope. Same reason. Practice what you intend on doing. It doesn't have to be spicy meatballs every night. You know, see if you can even stomach plain spaghetti noodles and tomato sauce. Can you make a meal out of that? Can you eat plain white rice and red beans with nothing but salt and pepper? Can you make that a meal? Can you do that? Can you eat it and be satisfied? Mentally satisfied? Because eating is not just a physical need. Eating is tied to your emotions and your psychology. You don't just eat because you're hungry. That's why there's so many people, myself included, that stress eat or eat because of one reason or another. You know, I go back for the second piece of pie because the first one was good. I eat potato chips and watch TV because it's a habit. There's my rant. Yep, you're not really breaking the mental connection, LS. It's more you're rewiring it. You know, I have to have this food to be happy. Well, no, you don't. Like the hot Cheetos. Hot Cheetos, I'm sorry, people, they don't taste good. They're just the next stage in the evolution of overexciting your taste buds. There's people out there that eat them like they're going out of style. I'm like, why? They're just hot. They don't even taste like Cheetos anymore. Cheetos are supposed to taste like Cheetos. And you'd have to get up every day and think, okay, these are the things I need to get done. And my reward for doing these things is the food that I get to put in my body. Food has to stop being a crutch. And you've got to stop drinking diet sodas. Diet sodas, those 0 calories don't mean 0 fat. That doesn't mean that your body's not going to convert it back into sugar and turn it into fat. The product you're putting in your body doesn't have calories in it, but your body can actually make calories out of it. How messed up is that? It can mess up the way what your body thinks is going on. It literally, your body thinks that it has so much of this in there. So it goes, even though you don't actually have enough sugar and extra carbohydrates and stuff going through your body to store the fat, your body will store the fat anyway. because the saccharins and stuff go into your body and it raises your glucose in your blood, so your body thinks it's got too much sugar, so it starts storing it. Oh. It's not that sugar is going to kill you, it's that too much sugar is bad for you. A slice of pecan pie, and a slice, and I said slice, I didn't, a piece, a whole pie is not a piece of pie, unless you're me. But there's nothing wrong with a slice of pie a day. Maybe a piece of dessert with every meal, maybe not so good. Cake with lunch and pie with supper, and then pudding for a before bedtime snack. That's probably not real good for you. There's more to prepping than just storing food. You've got to change the way you think and the way you act and the way you do. I had a friend die of complications from diabetes. All he had to do was realize that he couldn't do some of the things he still wanted to keep doing. But he didn't want to do that. So he left out early. I think it was early. 60, 59, 59. And by today's standard, that's early. I think the expectancy is 74 or something like that now. Hey, Texas, I didn't see you come in here. What's free on the river bottoms? I need to go over to Lee and Courtney's house and pick up all my pecans before they start picking them up, acting like they're theirs. Not quit soda, grow Coke. No, that's not. No, West Wind, that's not a good idea. So is honey. Night, Steve. Be blessed. Yeah, quitting the sodas was the biggest chore for me. And the thing about the keto diet, I'm gonna give y'all a heads up now. When you get to your weight or whatever, you've got to stick with it, and you've got to maintain that weight with the keto thing. Because the fat cells are not gone. They're just empty. So it takes, the first thing the body does is empty the cells. It doesn't, it's bad business to tear them down, because then they have to rebuild all that stuff. Or they, they just it's like a fuel cell. They just take the stuff out of them. You got to maintain a while. We're gonna have. Or I don't know about the missus, but I'm gonna have to start off. Well, not all over again, but I put back on 15 pounds I don't want. So I've got to lose 15 pounds again. Yep. Yeah, what JAEUFM said. And the biggest thing is the exercise, the walking and stuff, uh, or whatever. Got one of those, eh? Excellent call. Wow, what happened? Now back up here. Yeah, the white bread. Okay. Ooh. Y'all getting all over that. I love you people. I saw a video today. Townsend. Townsend. He does. He's like a history buff about the 1700s or whatever. And 1800. And he did. He made a clay oven, and then they baked in the clay oven. And I was just like, that is the coolest thing ever. And now I want to build a clay oven. Because that was just like the coolest thing ever. You baked bread in dirt. It was like, that's pretty cool. There's no other way to describe it. I mean, it was like flipping cool.
The only thing I like honey for is on biscuits. I don't like the. I don't know. I don't like it for a sweetener. Like honey.
Yeah. But I really enjoy a really strong hot tea with honey. And that's because, well, I'm the only one that drinks it around here. I know where there's a couple of places to harvest some clay, but there's a lot of walking involved. So yeah. And see, the whole ketosis thing, on the keto, I starved myself for carbs one day, and the next day I didn't. I was trying to keep my carbs down around 100, and then I do the 25, and then the next day 100, and the 25, and I was still dropping the weight. But I didn't suffer very many of the ill side effects. And I did, I didn't starve myself for calories, but I didn't allow myself any extra calories. And I got up off my butt more. This extended live streams or something, I'm going to have to quit. Because just sitting here for 2 or 3 hours at a time is really not healthy. Something new that I've started doing, and I don't really need to continue it. Whenever you're in the chat, you can get up and walk around and do stuff, and you can listen to what the guy's saying and everything. You're not trapped in front of the camera or whatever. LS, you can get a filter from Walmart for $19 that'll do 5,000 gallons that you just put in a water hose. I mean, there's no plumbing involved. You just like screw it in. Yeah, like not party on the live chat. Later, Great Scott. And, I've been thinking about making some of the Fedra tea. I just don't want it to be, I'm not sure that drinking a natural stimulant's a good idea on my part.
That was good.
Yeah. Yep. Well, no, it's not bad, but it's a stimulant. And this is try to limit my stimulant to this. My goat likes it. The only downside to the goat is whenever he gets close to one of the plants and eats the dadgum thing, he's running around playing leapfrog poorly with every other thing on the property, and I'm, not real sure how such a competition would be welcomed around here. Every time he finds one, he eats it down to the bark. And they don't play around. All them energy drinks is something everybody needs to quit. Monster, Red Bulls, any of that stuff. Rockstar, none of that junk. Every time I see my son with one in his hand, I want to slap him. All right. Love all you people. If anybody wants to do an after show, go for it. I'm going to get off of here and chill. Thank y'all for your support on my hot water heater debacle, which really wasn't that bad to fix. It was actually, I had to actually unhook the hot water heater and drain. What's she accusing me of? It's an hour and 40 minutes. We can do math, little sister. But anyway, there was a bunch of gunk in the bottom of it, and it got up around the bottom element, and it caused it to mess up. But I got it out of there. It was a blast. I had fun. It was like the best thing ever. It was like playing in the mud, sort of. And got the new element in there. Got hot water. Yada yada yada. Everything's good. Got it done in time to go out and go bang bang bang, and then got done going bang 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 in time to go get some fajitas, and then come back. And it was a good day. So. Sorry, Jackalope. See you Tuesday night. Yeah, Chipper's going to do the after show. So. Actually, Donna, thank you very much. I've gotten to the point now that I'll say just bye and move the phone away from my head and click the end button because people won't ever hang up. So, anyway, God bless y'all. Y'all stay alive. Don't die. Thanks for hanging out. Sorry, I'm not staying on to midnight. It's been a long day. I love all y'all.